Woo, God, I almost missed the seat there. And you would have seen a fat guy plop on the floor. So, I recently tested and reviewed the Fujifilm GFX 100S. I borrowed that camera. I sent it back. I have and I'm testing now the new Fujifilm. God, this is a small camera. The new Fujifilm X-E4. Oh my God, it's so small. And also, too, I'm very excited about testing this. This is the new 70 to 300 millimeter. I will test the new 80 millimeter GFX lens as soon as humanly possible. Another thing, I've been saying this for years. I'm the #1 GFX fan on earth, and that's pretty literal. I even got GFX tattooed on my hand. So Fujifilm is coming out later this year with a GFX 50S Mark II. I don't know what they'll really call it, but it's the same sensor found in the GFX 50S and the 50R, the 51 megapixel sensor. It has incredible image output. I've said this 1,000 times in 1,000 videos. That sensor was, that's an old sensor. Anybody that says that has no clue. They just haven't got a clue in this world. You open up a GFX 50S or 50R file on my 27-inch 5K iMac display in my back room there where I do my photo editing, and it is just jaw-dropping, crotch-melting, unbelievable. There's not a single person on this earth that isn't impressed by that old sensor. So yes, Fujifilm, and I'm going to make a statement here, and it's pure conjecture, so don't crucify me, but I'm certain it's going to be right. The GFX 50S Mark II will have a detachable viewfinder like the current GFX, but it won't have the big bump on the back, and it will have an IBIS mech. So they're going to take that same sensor and stick it on an IBIS mech, and wait for it. It should be, don't crucify me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty certain I'm right. It should be sub $3,000, okay? Really, I'm like 100% certain it'll be sub $3,000 later this year. And if you thought, and I've said this a million times, I've been saying it more than anybody else, I was the first person to say it. I said Fujifilm is going hardcore in their GFX platform. How many GFXs do we have now? The 50S, the 50R, the GFX 100, the new GFX 100S, which I rated as the highest rated camera that I've ever rated. I wished I owned it, but right now I just have bills galore. I borrowed it. Incredible camera. Had to send it back. It's not mine. I borrowed it. And so now we have a fifth camera, the GFX 50S Mark II, or whatever they're going to call it. So basically the GFX 50S Mark II should basically look like a GFX 100S, essentially, because that bump on the back is going to be gone. They're going to stick in the same IBIS mech that is in the 100S. To be certain they will. And it's also to lower mass and therefore greater responsiveness for moving. That's why it has better IBIS stabilization than the mech found in the GFX 100. So imagine a GFX 100S with the 50 megapixel sensor in it, the same IBIS mech, but a detachable viewfinder at sub $3,000. That will be a killer. That's 5 GFX cameras, girlfriend. That's amazing. So I can't wait to do this. Everybody's like killing me to finish testing the 70 to 300 millimeter. It does extend out quite a bit from 70 to 300. Can't wait to test it. People want me to compare it to the 100 to 400 and also to the 55 to 200 millimeter. Be logical, consistent on all my lens reviews as I am on every lens review. So still got a couple more days to test it. So that's what's going on with Fujifilm. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.